Good evening, I'm Vignesh Nadu. Public Protector Thuli Madonsela has decided to conduct a preliminary investigation into allegations of abuse of power levelled against suspended Head of Police Crime Intelligence Richard Mdluli. This follows a complaint lodged by the Minister of Human Settlements, Sexwale, regarding a report from Mdluli in which it's alleged that the minister is part of a plot to oust President Jacob Zuma. As part of the preliminary investigation, the Public Protector will engage with Inspector General of Intelligence Faith Khadebe to assess progress made in the investigation. The Goodman Gallery says it will continue to engage the ANC after agreeing to remove the controversial spear painting of President Jacob Zuma from its website. Gallery officials held a meeting with Arts and Culture Minister Paul Mashatile yesterday ahead of today's ANC-led march to the gallery in Rosebank, Johannesburg. Gallery spokesperson Neil Dimdas has read a memorandum on behalf of the owners.
It was never the Goodman Gallery's intention to hurt anyone or harm their dignity. The gallery regrets the pain that the display of this painting has caused. The painting was defaced last week and therefore it has been removed from the gallery. We look forward to continued engagement with the ANC on the difficult issue of the balance to be struck between human dignity and freedom in artistic creativity. And we do understand the concerns about the website. We know the work is in the public domain, but we will remove it from the website.
There's division between organizations representing the taxi industry in the Greater Durban municipality. This follows different views from the Taxi Alliance and the Top 6 regarding taxi operations in and around the city tomorrow. The Taxi Alliance, led by Eugene Khadebe, says there'll be no taxi operations in the Durban Metro. On the other hand, the Top 6 says taxi operations will run as normal. Top 6 spokesperson Dalisu Sangweni says a decision will be taken after a meeting with all stakeholders, which will be held this evening. The two organizations are at loggerheads with the eThekwini Metro Police, whom they accuse of unfair treatment and unreasonably high traffic fines. A pop cruise summit underway in Boksburg on Gauteng's East Rand has heard that the country's police arguably fail to meet the required standards for a democratic country. Research has shown that there are more than 6,000 reported complaints against the police every year. Senior researcher at the Institute for Security Studies, Johan Berger, says this is a major concern, especially looking at the general conduct of police.
One cannot help but wonder to what extent does the police meet the requirements of a democratic police organization. And you need to look at these factors if you talk or want to talk about issues of both police brutality as well as police killings, because the two issues are clearly in many ways linked. So what I try to illustrate is what the requirements of democratic policing is.
A parliamentary committee has adopted a bill which will give courts the discretion of imposing penalties for sexual offences. The bill was treated as an urgent matter after it was tabled in Parliament last week. A court recently found that there was no case against an alleged sex offender, as the particular offence carries no penalty. The matter has been taken on appeal. Committee member John Jeffries says the amendment bill will serve as a stopgap to prevent similar cases from being thrown out.
It would be preferable to have a specific maximum penalty for each offence, each new statutory offence created. However, that is not something we can do overnight. One would have to look at what is already in other laws, and one would have to evaluate each offence and see how we rate it, its seriousness.
A Zambian national has been shot dead and 28 elephant tusks recovered near Zimbabwe's northwest border with Botswana. Zimbabwe's National Parks Authority says it's the fourth death of a suspected poacher this year and brings to 50 the number of tusks recovered in less than a week in two separate incidents. However, Zimbabwe's under-resourced national parks continue to be a soft target for poachers. National Park spokesperson Caroline Wishaya says poachers have killed 160 animals this year, including buffalo and antelope, as well as the flagship species.
From January to date, we've lost 71 elephants. Black and white rhino in total, we've lost 11. Those are your flagship species. That translates to over 5 million United States dollars that we've lost nationally in as far as wildlife is concerned.
The top story at 6 o'clock, Public Protector Thuli Madonsela has decided to conduct a preliminary investigation into allegations of abuse of power levelled against suspended